So how about this little North Face coat? I got it in the mail along with this little card, and it says, "Hey, we hope you enjoy this exclusive gift as we thank you for being such a loyal customer." Well, thank you, the North Face, for this Christmas ornament. This is sick. By the way, this is not sponsored whatsoever. What's going on, everyone? Mikey Olexy here, and today we're going to talk about 5 different tips that can maybe improve your photography or even maybe help you think a little bit differently. Before we dive into these 5 tips, I'd like to add a little bonus tip. If you can, shoot manual, and if you have no idea on how to shoot manual, you can click on this little link that's going to pop up right here, and it'll take you to a video that I made where I teach you on how you can take full control of your camera. Keep in mind, you don't have to do this, but it'll definitely help you become more proficient with your camera and take your shooting to the next level. Anyways, here's some tips that I've used in the past and still currently use when I take photos. Number 1, framing things differently. Take a moment and think outside the box on how you could frame the subject, the person, the object, what have you, differently. For example, take a look around you and use your surroundings. What do I mean by this? Well, let's say you're going for a hike in the woods and you see a bunch of trees kind of like where you'd like to place your subject and you want to get that shot. Well, place your subject in between a couple of those trees and bam, you got yourself a frame within your frame. Or when it comes down to product or flat lay photography, what you can do is you can actually get yourself like an old box or an old drawer of some sort, and you can lay it or place your subject wherever you really would like to in this said box or drawer, and then right then and there you have yourself a frame within the frame. Or another cool thing that you could do is you can actually kind of tell a story with the frame that you are creating by bringing different objects within the frame. Let's say a camera. What can you bring into the frame to create a story behind this camera? What are you taking with this camera? Where are you going with it? Where has it gone? What kind of photos are you going to take with this camera? Things like a hat, a hoodie, a backpack or a bag, a map, a pocket knife, some cash, headphones, a compass. A compass? A compass? A compass? Whatever. Now, I'm not saying to only use the things that I've just said, but what I'm saying is to think of things that what you can use to help tell the story of your subject, but also frame it as well. Number 2 is induced movement or actions. How can you do this? Well, let's say you and your friend are going out to take photos. What you could do is you can take photos of them taking photos. Or let's say you and said friend are making some coffee. You can get some photos of you or them pouring the coffee into the cup. Or if you have some black iced coffee, you could put it into something clear like a mason jar and then grab some milk, creamer, what have you, and then dump that into the coffee. And when you're doing this, you can get a photo of not only the creamer crashing into the coffee, but also as it's mixing itself within the coffee as well. So not only can movement or action help show what's going on with the photo, but it can also add more energy, more oomph to your photos. Number 3, stay out of your comfort zone. Literally, shoot anything. Don't just stick to portrait photography, don't just stick to landscape, product, lifestyle, whatever. Don't stick with one thing. Don't just stick to one type of photography because you won't burn out, you'll be more well-rounded, you will stay inspired, you'll always have something to shoot, and plus, once you reach a comfort zone, you start losing motivation, you start losing inspiration, and then if you get in that comfort zone, you're not progressing like whatsoever because you're comfortable, you're not feeling challenged, you're not feeling, uneasy about anything because you're just happy with where you are. And this is okay because it's part of the learning process. But when you stay here in this comfort zone, there's no progression. And if there's no progression, there's no learning. Because how do we learn? We fail. We make mistakes. But then we recognize these mistakes, and then we apply correction, and then you move on. So for number 3, stay out of that comfort zone. Get out there and shoot as much as you possibly can. Now for number 4. Shoot through something. I literally do this all the time. I'm always looking for something through anything and everything to find something to shoot through. Like instead of me just bringing up my camera and firing away and taking a photo of something, I look for something that I could put in front of my lens. Whether it be something that's within the surroundings or something that I could bring out of my pack. Let's say that you're out hiking, you're backpacking, and you see a mountain and you're like, you know what? I want to take a shot of that. Well, what you could do is you can find some leaves, some branches, and just put them in front of your lens. It adds more depth to the photo, it adds layers, it adds bokeh. It makes things makes things look so good. And the best part about it is you can use anything that you can put in front of your lens. You can use leaves, branches, stones. You can use the straps of your backpack. You can use the spokes behind a chair. You can use Even a pocket knife, you can pull out a pocket knife, open it up, and put it in front of your lens, and you can shoot through that. It's fun, it makes your shots and your framing look more creative, and it makes you think outside of the box. It's just a good time. Shoot through things. Trust me, you won't regret it. Moving on to number 5, and that is lighting. Lighting is so important. Why? Because we as photographers are essentially just painting with light. It is so important. And I feel that lighting is a really touchy subject, especially to a lot of people in the beginning that are just starting out, because they think they need to go out and spend this crazy amount of money on some crazy lighting setup, because if they don't, they think that their photos aren't gonna look good, at least when it comes down to shooting inside. But the fact is that you do not need to go out and spend some crazy amount of money on some professional light. Why? Because you have free light every single day, and that's natural light. And natural light is some of the best light you can have. Why? Because it's natural light. It makes everything look natural. Also, it is the hardest light to work with because you can't change it. You can't change the brightness of it. You can't move it. It's not like you can fly to the sun and just be like, hold on, I just need to move this over just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not gonna happen. Compared to going out and buying a studio light to where you can pretty much do anything with, to where like, okay, we're just gonna pick it up a little bit, move it over here, gonna tilt it down a little bit more, and then if you need it brighter, you can make it brighter, or if you need more dim, you can make it more dim. Things are less challenging because you can do as you need with it. You can position the light however you need to, so that way you get the shot exactly as you want it. But if you don't want to go out and spend some crazy amount of money on some lighting, the best place that you can shoot when it comes down to indoors at least is just go to a window. Window light is some of the best light you'll ever use, especially when it's really cloudy out, because when you have a really nice overcast, this acts like a giant softbox, which gives you really nice soft lighting. It's just great. So take some photos in front of a window. Any window. Your office window, your living room window, your kitchen window, even your bathroom window, and you'll see how great your photos turn out. Trust me. Thank me later. You're welcome. Now, cloudy and overcasted days are also prime for getting out in the field and shooting as well. Because not only do clouds provide super nice soft lighting, but they also make your photos look really dramatic. Personally, some of my favorite times to shoot is not only when it's a really nice cloudy day, but also when it looks like it's gonna rain, thunderstorm, snow, because I just love how dramatic the photos turn out. Now, I'm not saying that they're the only times that I go out and shoot, but they're definitely some of my favorite. But that's it for me today, folks. If you like this video, you should destroy the like button. It definitely makes a huge difference. Hit up the comment section below. We could talk, converse, hang out, what have you. I mean, come on, let's be friends. Let's be friends. And of course, if you have not yet, you should definitely subscribe. I mean, I'm not telling you how to live your life or anything, but I mean, come on. But I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. No, really. I'll see you soon. Bye.